Yesterday, Donald Trump spoke on Bitcoin 2024 in Nashville, and in this video, I will be discussing all the most important statements he made, what he will be doing if he is going to get elected as president. And since the chances are right now quite big that he will be getting elected as president, this could be very big for Bitcoin. So yesterday, we already saw some very interesting price action. So on today's update video, I'm going to be talking about the most important support and resistance levels, the most important charts, and of course to tell you something about what I'm expecting is happening next. And more importantly, of course, I'm going to be exactly discussing what Donald All has said about Bitcoin, what he will be doing with Bitcoin. So make sure to watch this video till the end. It is going to be an absolutely important one. So without any further ado, don't forget to once again slap up the like button back above 1,000 likes. That will be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. So first of all, right now it is weekend, and over the course of this weekend, Bitcoin has seen some actual quite insane price action, and that was of course due to the fact that Donald Trump was speaking on Bitcoin 2024. The CME close price is laying around 67,008 or $900 US, and still we're expecting that Bitcoin is going to be hovering around this price near the end of the weekend. And since it is right now already Sunday, we're expecting that Bitcoin is not really going to create so much volatility, but it is going to come back towards this meme price, because this is always what tends to be happening on a normal weekend. But of course, we do know that this is all more than a normal weekend right now for Bitcoin. And I mean, on the bigger perspective, the trend still looks very strong. We actually have just confirmed a higher high on the 4-hourly time frame, and right now all we're looking for is to create a new higher low. And before I'm going to be diving a little bit deeper in towards the price action on Bitcoin, I quickly want to be mentioning and pointing out the most important things that Donald Trump has said on the Bitcoin conference in Nashville. So let me go through all the statements. So first of all, on day one, he will be firing Gary Gensler and appoint a new SEC chairman. He will create a US government strategic national Bitcoin stockpile if he gets elected, of course. But of course, that is with all the things he has been saying. The US government will keep 100% of its Bitcoin it currently owns. He also said Bitcoin is going to the moon. Never sell your Bitcoin. Bitcoin will one day probably surpass the market cap of gold. He wants to free Ross also on day one of his presidential term. There will never be a central bank digital currency if I am president of the United States. Bitcoin and crypto will skyrocket like never before if I got elected as president. Bitcoin is not threatening the dollar. The US government is threatening the dollar at this moment. The United States will be the crypto capital of the planet and the Bitcoin superpower of the world. That is massive, guys. Look at all the things he's been stating. Bitcoin stands for freedom, sovereignty, and Bitcoin stands for freedom, sovereignty, and independence from the government. And he also said, I pledge to the Bitcoin community that the day I will take an oath of office, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, their anti-crypto army, will be removed. So these are the most important statements he has made on the conference. And these are, of course, all quite bullish statements, but it only matters if he gets elected. And if we are right now going to be looking at the likelihood if he is really going to get elected, there's a 57% chance he is going to get elected, and there's a 39% chance Kamala Harris is going to get elected. So currently, he is definitely winning at this moment of time. The odds has dropped a little bit since Joe Biden has dropped out of the race, but still, yeah, if he really is going to be winning in November, I do believe that this is going to be kickstarting that next massive Bitcoin bull market. I mean, all we're waiting up right now is the new president of the United States, which is going to be bullish on Bitcoin. Guys, this is some massive news which we are having right now here. So yeah, really looking forward towards the presidential race in the United States of America. I think is going to be having a great effect on the price action on Bitcoin. And already, if we're looking at Bitcoin, guys, we're sitting around all-time highs here. And whenever he is also going to get elected, it is going to be adding only more fuel to the fire. But of course, Donald Trump is not stupid. He has clearly been seeing how much Bitcoin BlackRock has been buying, because in the last 6.5 months here, ever since the spot Bitcoin ETF has launched, they have bought more than $19.7 billion worth of Bitcoin. So he is seeing how much money is flowing towards it, and he is of course seeing the opportunities it could also bring for his presidential race. So interesting to be seeing what is happening over there. And if we're currently looking at the Bitcoin price action here right now, on that consolidation phase, because what we're currently seeing, if we're clearly zooming out here, is that Bitcoin, after it had that massive rally towards the upside, now is in a huge consolidation phase, and we're just waiting for this consolidation phase to either break out or to break towards the next level or to hit the next resistance. And basically we have seen that this was the previous month open. We already found that level. We already flipped that exact level into support once again. And currently, all we're seeing right now is that Bitcoin is, of course, in that top side of the region, which is, of course, very important to be understanding. And right now, the next resistance, since we have been creating a very strong recovery back towards the upside, and actually also created that higher low structure right here, and now also an even higher high, it is very likely to expect that Bitcoin is going to be hitting that most important resistance target, which is laying above us, which is currently laying somewhere around 60, which is currently laying somewhere around $72,000 right now at this moment of time. So I believe Bitcoin is going to be bouncing and moving back towards the top side of the region, and that is also going to be my first take profit target on my Bitcoin trade, because if you don't know, guys, I have to open up a Bitcoin trade on the exact bottom, worth approximately $1.6 million, and I am planning to take my first profits whenever Bitcoin is going to be hitting $72,000. So I'm going to be a little bit more patient. We're about to be there. We're about to be hitting my first take profit target. And whenever we're going to be hitting that level, I'm of course going to be taking some profits off the table. And then, of course, my next take profit target is laying around $88,000. And guys, whenever I have filled up both those levels, I'm going to be looking once again at the new trade. And if you want to be joining me with these new trades, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because yes, I share my trades step by step on this channel. And if you want to be training yourself and get yourself an account, go to the highest link in the description of today's video, press on it, you will come to this page right here, where you can claim a free $500 airdrop position on Bybit. It's super valuable. Outside of that, you can also claim a deposit bonus worth up to $30,000. But yeah, it's only valid if you sign up at account using that link below here. So check it out in the link description of today's video. And yeah, I already pointed it out earlier in the video, but we have right now flipped the most important resistance back into support again. So I do believe Bitcoin is actually looking quite good right here. Also, tomorrow we're going to be having a new week. So the spot Bitcoin ETF could be buying some more Bitcoin. Last week wasn't necessarily so super bullish. We bought an approximately 7,000 Bitcoin, approximately, more or less, maybe 8,000. While the week before we did 19,000. So yes, last week we bought a little bit less here, but of course, ultimately, we're seeing some very good developments. And yeah, we're just still waiting till Mt. Gox is going to sell its final 80,000 Bitcoins. So they already have sold over 66%. And right now, the last percent is about to be getting sold here. Also, Bitcoin actually got rejected from the most important downward sloping resistance line. You can see this exact level. We got rejected from it more than 4, 5, 6 times in a row right now here. This was exactly the level where Bitcoin saw rejection from. So it is actually also not all too bad here, because usually such kind of a level, you don't break above it in the first tries. So we already have cleared some sell orders right now here, which is of course good to be seeing. And ultimately, I think we are going to be breaking above it. Guys, we've been consolidating sideways for over 150 days here. And the longer this consolidation phase is going to be lasting, the more explosive the breakout is going to be for Bitcoin. It's as simple as that. So you can see it also over here on the bull flag pattern for Bitcoin. We're creating a bull flag, and we're just trading against resistance and just moments out before we're going to be seeing that next big move here. And of course, I explained it many times before here, but I do believe that we're in that pre-halving stage here in the market right now. And whenever we're going to be hitting that bull market, and if you're looking at the timestamps, guys, the bull market is literally going to be next here, and it's not going to be taking long anymore from off this point. So the history is once again repeating for Bitcoin. I am absolutely loving it. If I'm looking at the liquidity, there's more than $10 billion worth of Bitcoin short liquidations laying around that 72K layer, where of course I've also got my take profit target set up here. And guys, I'm already in $350,000 in profit, but of course, I am aiming way higher. I am aiming at that $1 million profit. I think we're going to be easily reaching it. Bitcoin is looking mega bullish, especially all the things that Donald Trump, the former president of the United States, and most likely the next president of the United States, is so freaking bullish on Bitcoin. Guys, I can't wait to see what is going to be happening next year. I think the market is ready for a next bull run, and especially if Donald Trump is... And especially if he's going to become president, guys, we're going to be having some very bullish days or years, I could say, ahead of ourselves right here. So thanks so much for watching today's amazing new update video. If you did enjoy it, if you learned something from it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.